forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Okay. Enemy helicopter spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted. Sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Hostile chopper identified. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
Transmitting on this mark.
Enemy forces spotted. Over. Enemy troops. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy troops. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted. Back, champ. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops. Enemy units on the move. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Hostile force spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Hostile force. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Hostile sniper spotted. Over. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy units on the move. Your commander is out there. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Enemy infantry sniper. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy units on the infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Artillery, your area. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy boat. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy boat spotted. Enemy vehicle. Enemy units on the move. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy vehicle. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Spotted. Enemy vehicles running dry. Enemy forces over. Artillery, your area. Enemy units on the move. Ready. Okay, enemy units on the armor. Roger that. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. We got hostile armor. Enemy troops. We got hostile armor. Enemy troops. Enemy units on the move. 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 Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted.
UAV transmitting on
Enemy helicopter spotted. Hostile chopper identified. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Artillery, your area. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy cars spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry. Hostile forces. Spotted. forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy spotted. Enemy troops. Artillery, your area. Enemy armor spotted. Under control. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy units. Let's move. Okay. Enemy spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy lost control of it. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy car spotted. Hostile chopper. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry lost control of an outpost. Roger that. Position cleared. We've lost control of an outpost. We got it. Roger that. Enemy car spot. Enemy spotted. Enemy spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy forces. Enemy car spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Identified. Enemy helicopter spotted. Here. Hostile chopper identified. Enemy units on the move. Here. Enemy units on the move. Hostile chopper identified. I need a medic here. Medic. Position cleared and under control. Hostile chopper identified. Position cleared and under control. Hostile APC. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy units on the move. Enemy car spotted.
Transmitting.
Enemy car spotted. Enemy car spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper. Enemy sniper spotted. Hey, thanks. Hostile chopper identified. Running dry. Need ammo. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Identified. Enemy units on the move. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV transmitting on.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy unit. We've lost control of an outpost. Enemy forces spotted. Hostile armor sight. Enemy infantry spotted. Hostile enemy helicopter spotted. forces spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Position cleared and under control. Position cleared and under control.
Transmitting
Chopper
on
identified. Hey, thanks.
Requesting vehicle drop. Over. Negative on the vehicle drop.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on artillery, your area. Enemy APC spotted. Sniper spotted. Ain al-Muslim. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy units on enemy forces spotted. Hostile chopper identified. Enemy APC spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Identified. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy APC spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Chopper identified. Medic. Hostile chopper. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. We've lost control of it. Enemy units identified. Enemy units on the move. Chopper identified. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy troops. We need support. Do you copy? Okay. Thanks, Jim. Enemy units on the move. We've lost control of an outpost. Artillery is condition red. Enemy helicopter. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Hostile chopper identified. Hostile chopper identified. Chopper identified. Enemy units on the move. Chopper identified. We've lost control of an enemy forces spotted. Enemy helicopters spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile chopper identified.
UAV transmitting.
Enemy forces spotted. UAV already airborne. Request denied. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper! Enemy units on the move. We've lost control of an outpost. UAV already airborne. Shot over. Request denied.
UAV offline.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops.
Roger on the supply drop. Over.
Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move.
Roger on the vehicle. Negative. Satellite.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Sniper. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV transmitting on visual.
Enemy forces spotted. Shot over. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move.
Still in progress. Stand by.
Hostile infantry spotted. Over. forces, enemy infantry, enemy infantry,
Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Hostile infantry. Hostile infantry spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Spotted. Over. Go! 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 Roger that. Enemy units on the move.
¿Qué pasa, manito?
Well done, thanks. Enemy infantry spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Shot over. Hostile forces spotted. Over.
Transmitting on this
Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
UAV offline.
Hostile forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces. Enemy units on medic.
Supply drop over.
Sniper. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. UAV already airborne.
UAV transmitting
Enemy
on
sniper, enemy infantry, hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Okay. Enemy infantry. Enemy hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy infantry spotted. Shot over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter. Enemy units. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy helicopter. Enemy helicopter spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Move to this. Enemy helicopter spotted. Move to this position. Move to this position.
negative. Satellite
Move to this position. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy sniper spotted. Roger that. Enemy forces spotted. Roger that. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
UAV transmitting.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy troops. Shot over. Enemy troops. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Sniper spotted. Attack this coordinate. Enemy helicopter.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Enemy troops. Enemy helicopter spotted. Move to this position. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Move to this position. Requesting enemy units. Hostile forces spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy troops. Enemy units on the move. Hey, thanks. Hostile forces spotted. Over.
UAV offline.
Enemy units on the move. Position cleared and under control. Medic. Enemy helicopter spotted.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Shot over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy forces, enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy troops. Go! Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy car spotted. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Roger that. Hostile infantry spotted. Over.
Transmitting on this mark.
Medic. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
Roger on the vehicle drop. Over.
Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over.
UAV transmitting on this mark.
Enemy car spotted. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. UAV already airborne. Request denied. Enemy helicopter. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units on the move.
Roger on the vehicle drop.
Affirmative.
Me sirvió arriba de...
Enemy helicopter.
de...
Enemy troops.
no sé.
Shot over. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hey, thanks.
UAV offline. Roger on the supply drop.
UAV already airborne.
UAV.
Enemy sniper spotted. Enemy car spotted. Enemy
Pegué tanque, ahora es mi topo, manito.
Hey, thanks. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy car spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV offline.
Move to this position. Sorry, man. Roger that. Enemy units on the move. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Shot over. Enemy infantry spotted. Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
UAV transmitting
Enemy
on
infantry spotted. Enemy helicopter spotted. Denied. Enemy infantry spotted. UAV already airborne.
UAV
Request
transmitting
denied.
on this mark.
Shot over.
Negative. Await Roger on the supply aircraft. Over.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy units on the move. Hostile infantry spotted. Sniper spotted. Over. Enemy
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted. Over.
Cleared and under control.
Hostile sniper spotted. Enemy infantry. Enemy infantry spotted.
Hostile sniper spotted. Over.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted. Enemy forces spotted.
Roger that.
Enemy infantry spotted. Go!
Roger that. Good night. Artillery barrage underway.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Roger on the supply.
Good night.
Enemy sniper. Enemy forces spotted.
Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy units. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Enemy vehicle. Enemy units on the move.
Enemy cars infantry spotted.
Move to this.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy hostile cars spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Hey, thanks. Enemy units. Enemy vehicle. Enemy units on the move. Well done. Thanks.
Negative.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Enemy units on the move.
UAV online.
Shot over.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Hostile infantry spotted. Over. Drive support. Need helicopter. Sniper. Hostile forces spotted. Over. Hostile forces spotted. Over.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Enemy units on the move. UAV already airborne. Need ammo. Request denied.
Enemy infantry
Lost control of an outpost. This coordinate. Hostile forces spotted.
Enemy forces spotted. Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy sniper spotted.
Okay. Shot over.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Hostile forces spotted.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry spotted.
Running dry. Enemy weakening. Keep positions. Over. Medic. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Enemy units on the move. Good night. Artillery. Enemy units.
Enemy infantry spotted.
Hostile sniper spotted. Over.
Roger on the vehicle drop. Over.
Shot over. Well done. Okay. Thanks. Roger that.
Enemy infantry spotted. Enemy infantry.
Well done. Thanks. Well done. Thanks. Well done. Thanks.